Do you have moments where you begin to stop doing all your good habits? Where you start to slowly stop doing that 10 minutes of meditation every day and you start to do maybe 5. Sometimes you may even stop journaling for a day or stop going to gym for a whole week. Do you have moments where you become demotivated at the things you're working towards because you feel sort of disappointed at what you're experiencing? I'm here to tell you my story with that. In life, I realized that you have phases of complete and utter consistency, and phases of severe inconsistency. You begin to have a sort of phase in your life where you pull back on your habits a little bit, you take your foot off the pedal a bit, and you back off and become a bit lazy, you become a bit weak. And you don't really recognize this until a couple weeks later, and then you notice, hey, where's all of this gone? Where have I done that? When I first started YouTube, I was convinced that, hey, I'm gonna do this and then I'll get results quick. Yay. So obviously when I first started seeing like a bit of not negative, but rather not the results I expected, it obviously meant that I became a bit demoralized. Now, this was about at the beginning of 2023 when I first started this channel, and I didn't really do that well. Obviously you can go back and watch the videos, but they're pretty shit, I won't even lie to you. It's pretty funny to go back and watch right now. But in any case, moving on, thinking back to that time, I fell into a lot of bad habits where I stopped meditating, I stopped doing this, I stopped doing that, I stopped taking everything so seriously because I didn't see achievements from what I was doing, and therefore it made me a bit demoralized, like, why isn't this working? So obviously I should just stop, right? It hurt to post, but to get no results from it. It hurt to post consistently and just not see myself getting consistent results. And I began to slowly stop posting. Every day I would just like, oh, it's fine, I'll just do it tomorrow. And then I met someone, and well, I stopped doing YouTube for about the rest of the 2023, and then I started again in December. For the rest of 2023, I kind of stopped doing all the posting, and I quit on a lot of the good habits. Slowly but surely, I began to work back onto maintaining my consistency, onto getting better consistency, into making myself a better person again. And my life began to get better. And then I met someone who, for the first time, I didn't notice this back then, but for the first time gave me motivation, made me realize that, hey, I was doing something good, so I should continue. And that's what made me realize the whole concept of demoralization and how to stop it. Firstly, you need to spot yourself when you figure out that you're getting a bit demoralized. So how do you figure out when you're getting demoralized, demotivated, however you want to call it? The D's, right? The DD, right? When you're getting DD'd, you notice this when you have a severe lack of motivation to get it. You begin to feel lazy. You go ahead and you lie in your bed, and your back starts to feel like drawn into your mattress, and you want to get up, but it feels literally incapable to stand up and go and do what it is you want to do. And it all comes from a lack of appreciation, a lack of achievement, and high expectations that really just weren't met. Now that we know how to notice this, we can work towards pulling ourselves away, stopping ourselves, and getting back onto the good habits. Number one, the most important thing is to have a mindset that promotes consistency. What I mean by that is, you're going to have times where you fall off. You're going to have times where you make mistakes, and maybe your work isn't as good as it used to be. Maybe you have times in your self-improvement journey where you stop doing everything. But something that helps a lot is to understand that, hey, I want to do this for the rest of my life, and I'm going to do this as best as I can for the rest of my life. Having that mindset is going to help you produce the work that you want to produce, the consistent level that you want to do it at. Now that we understand that, we can whatever mindset suits you best, whatever works for you best, you need to figure out on your own. That's just the one that works for me. Understanding that I'm going to continue doing X, Y, or Z for the rest of my life. And that helps me to understand that whatever the result is from me doing it, doesn't matter. It truly doesn't matter. It's cool, it's good, it's whatever. But moving on from that is two things that you can do. Now, you, depending on the type of person you are, whether you respond better to compliments and whether you respond better to almost self-deprecation, that is totally up to you. Now, the two traits that I speak of is literally complimenting yourself every morning. Well, not every morning, but when you begin to feel demoralized and you really don't want to do whatever it is that you want to do, remind yourself that you're doing it for something more than you. Remind yourself that you're doing a good job. You're proud of yourself. You're this, you're that, whatever it is. Just begin to compliment yourself on whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is you want to do, and just appreciate yourself a little bit. Because what I notice is that getting that appreciation is literally like adding fuel to the fire for your motivation, for your burn and desire and passion. Now, you can't always get that from other people, and that's not really a reliant source, because you can't just expect people to give you compliments. But what you can do is expect yourself to give yourself compliments. And if you do that, you will begin to have a much more positive experience when it comes to demotivation and demoralization. So compliment yourself. Give yourself the ability, give yourself the upliftment that you expect from others. Give yourself the appreciation that you feel like you deserve, and you will enjoy doing what it is you want to do a lot more. You will feel it a lot more. You will have that desire, that burn, that passion inside of you to go on and continue your journey. Because why? Think about it. Our body responds to positive feedback. So when we do something good, we're gonna continue doing that. But if you don't get the compliment / appreciation that you expect, obviously you're gonna want to do it less. It's the same as training a dog. So if you appreciate yourself, you can train yourself or begin to train yourself to do stuff consistently. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense to you. But in any case, but the other one you can use is literal, like verbal self-harm. It's where you sit down, you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, you are an asshole. You are useless. You are nothing. You mean nothing. And if you don't do this, you genuinely will have nothing in life. Now, I've met some people that respond better to this. I've met some people that respond better to appreciation. It all depends on the person you are. But the reason why this works is because you've been raised in a sort of household that, what's the word? That sort of shies away people that don't achieve anything. So you were raised in a household that promotes overachieving. Now, if you were raised in that sort of environment, you will most likely be involved. You will most likely resonate more with the self-hatred type of motivation, where you tell yourself that you're an asshole and you suck and no one's gonna love you and you're gonna not have a family and your parents are gonna disown you and nothing in your life's gonna go well unless you do this thing. Even if it could be like something simple as packing away the dishes. Like, either way, whichever one resonates to you more, whichever one allows your little doggy brain to start yapping away and working, do that. And you'll begin to see far more consistency with whatever it is that you want to do. Thank you. Toodles. Wait, let me introduce myself. Well, de-introduce myself. I'm Swear. I'm the leader of my very own army destined to bring good mental health and physical health to the world. Join us so that I may spread my message and help others just like I've helped you. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed.